guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a day in my life. So I kind of just vlogged what I do on average in one of my weekdays of my summer break. So obviously I have to start with getting up, and I usually get up between 8 and 9 depending on when my body wakes me up. So I kind of just do my thing, and then I like to look out the window to see what the weather's like, check if I need to bring in horses or not, and kind of look around and make sure they're all standing still. And then I remake my bed. Usually I don't do it to make it look pretty, I just do it enough so I won't lay back down and go back to sleep. So yeah, I remake my bed. Over to the bathroom, and I usually start my mornings by brushing my teeth. This morning in specific, both my cats were in my bathroom. I think they were out of food, but they were both in my bathroom. So it was kind of interesting because our one cat's weird, like I always knew that, but she was between the shower curtains. So like not even just like behind one, she was between them. And then the other one was just playing on the floor, but I was like, what the heck? It was kind of funny. So then I kept brushing my teeth, and I finished brushing my teeth. And then I head back over into my room to get changed. And I just put on clothes to go take care of the horses. And I always grab my water bottle because I get really dehydrated very easily. So I grab my water bottle and I head on out. Oh, there's my cat. Oh, they're both there. One kitty. Oh, two kitty. But I grab my water bottle and head on out into the kitchen. There she goes. You can't tell that with my cat. But I take the water and the ice cubes out from the day before. And this usually takes a while because I can't do anything very quickly. And then I fill this other container up with warm water, and you'll see why later. And then I put ice in my thing. I tried something new this time and tried to put it like with the actual ice machine. I usually don't do that because most of the time it doesn't work, because it's a narrow necked bottle, but it's okay, I made it work. And then I just filled it up with water. And then I grabbed my two things and I went on my way down to the basement so I could make up the ponies' breakfast. So once I get down here, I go outside and grab the two buckets, and I put a handful of grain in each. I start Joe's soaking very quickly, and then I get 14 antibiotic tablets per vet request, and I put them in there, and then I soak her grain, and I try and keep it kind of, if I put too much in, I'll give her a little bit more so it's not completely watery, because she won't eat it if it's all water. But then I grab the two buckets and my water bottle, and I head to go put on my boots. Once I get my boots on, I grab the buckets again and I head on over to go visit the ponies. As you can see, Miss Gwen's in her stall and she is screaming at me, per usual. Usually this is when I decide whether I'm going to put her out or not. This day it was still kind of wet, so I didn't, but some days I do. And then I go ahead and get grain for the boys. I put a handful in one bucket for my mom's horse, and then about a fourth to a half in the other bucket for McCoy, because McCoy needs put weight on because he's kind of skinny. But I usually put the fly masks in one of the buckets because I don't like carrying them. So I grab all of the boys' fly masks and stuff, and I grab their buckets and I head on over to go feed them because they love their food. None of them are up here right now. Sometimes they're waiting for me because they're hungry, but they're fine. So I put all of their buckets down in their designated spots, and yes, the horses know their designated spots. McCoy's fell. But I picked it up, and then I call the boys up, and they wander on up. They all look the same color. I promise they're not all the same color. So then they come on up. This is Uki, and I put his fly mask on. That's my mom's horse. This is little Joe, and I put his fly mask on. And then I put all of Magoo's fly masks and fly boots on. And then I start to collect up buckets. As you can see by now, because McCoy has more grain than them, and they're like, why is he still eating and we're not? But I still collect up all the buckets in one general area. Usually they start picking up the buckets and trying to throw them around, but next time I didn't. And then I just said hi to Mr. Magoo because he came up to me and he was being really cute. He's such a sweet horse. And then at some point I do check their water, I just didn't film it. But then I put the buckets back because they were all muddy. I put the other ones outside instead of inside because it had rained. So then I came over and said hi to Gwen. As you can see, she's very upset. But she's on stall rest because she stepped on a nail. She's my sister's horse, but she got a nail on her foot, so she has to be on stall rest until her foot heals. But I started by dumping out her water so I could give her new water. And then I picked up the hay bag, or picked it out of like the, I can't remember what it's called now, the hay rack. And then I started the water and I came back in and started cleaning out her stall some. She's just tied up in the back so she won't run out because she likes to run out, but she's not allowed outside when it's wet to avoid her getting any infection in her foot. So then I put the water in the boys' trough and I continued to clean out her stall. She kind of moves around. But yeah, Gwen's been on stall rest for about a month now. She stepped on a nail about a month ago, and she's been in the stall. They ended up taking the nail out and then opening up her whole foot to let the infection drain out. And so far she's doing good, but she's not going to be able to be ridden. She'll just be either a brood mare or a pasture mare. So we're thinking about breeding her, but I don't know. So I don't remember what I was thinking about then, but then I gave her her food, and as you can see, Gwen loves her food. So she got her food, and I put her halter back, and then I went and got her fly mask. I always just put it on her while she's in the stall to make sure she's at least semi-happy. She's not usually happy. And then I try and check her foot, but she doesn't like me checking her foot. But then I grabbed both the buckets. Oh, nope. I went in and grabbed my water bottle. And then I shut the door and grabbed both the buckets. And I head back inside after about a 30-minute endeavor just to make sure the horses have food and fly masks. I just leave the buckets outside the door, and I walk back upstairs. I grab my warm water so I can pour it out so I can get more later that day. And then I usually spend most of my day editing or doing chores or just about anything you can imagine. Actually, here I'm editing this video you're watching right now, so I was editing the clip before this. But then usually I watch some Friends and have like a snack. Like this time I decided I wanted a smoothie. And then once my mom comes home around 4, I spend some time with my family. And then around 7 or 8, I start the whole process over again. So I get more water, more warm water. And I head back downstairs to get more grain. So I put a handful in each, give Gwen her 14 antibiotics, and then give her a scoop of bute per vet request. And then I just soak both of their grains again. And I wait for them to soak before I put the bute in. And then I put her bute in and mix her antibiotics and the bute around. And yeah, for the most part, that's all I do. And then I picked up my buckets and I headed out. And just watch, just wait. Ready, set. I fell.
Fell in the puddle of
I
water
slipped in the
back
puddle
there.
back there.
And all the grain's on the floor.
Yeah, so I slipped in a puddle back there. So I just put all the grain in Gwen's in case any from Joe's. Joe's grain fell out too, but I just put it all in Gwen's because in case hers fell out, I didn't want Joe getting bute or Gwen not getting her antibiotics. So yeah, I head back out there, I get the grain again for the boys, a handful for Uki, a half can for McCoy, and then I head over and feed the boys. And as you can see, like I said, sometimes they wait for me because I know they're getting food, but I gave McCoy and Joe and Uki, they all get their designated spots again, and then I took off all McCoy's fly boots. McCoy gets covered in horse flies, I don't know why, whether because his white socks or something. It might be because he's sensitive, but okay, watch this. But anyway, McCoy gets covered in horse flies, so if I'm whacking him, that's why. He knows that he'd rather me just whack him once than get bit by them. But Joe likes to pick up his bucket and throw it around, so that's why I was zooming in on him, because I think it's hilarious. But he will pick it up and like throw it up and down until you give him more, because let's be honest, I don't know, it's Joe. So then they all come back and investigate why McCoy's still eating and they're not. But then I round up all the buckets and I head back over to take care of Gwen. Gwen at this point had been put out after the vet came down, so that's why she's not in her stall. But I had to go down and get her anyway, so I just put all the buckets back inside, and I cleaned her stall. My camera doesn't work, but I cleaned her stall, I gave her food, and I made sure she had enough water. And then I took the trek down to the pasture to go get her. She's in a one area all on her own because that's the area that doesn't have any mud or anything, so she's in there. But I just brought her lead rope over, and oh, she started walking towards me. I felt really loved, but I just got her and I walked her back up through the pasture to get her back up to the little...
It's the first time she's actually been with her friends. You're such a mare. Get over yourself. Hi. Oh my god, you're throwing stuff everywhere. Buddy. Be careful. Good night, sweetie. Good night. Good night.
So I said goodnight to her, I shut the door, I grabbed both of the buckets I need for the next day, and I headed back towards the house because, let's be honest, I was tired after another 30-minute endeavor taking care of the horses. I put my boots back, put the buckets outside, I locked the door, and then I got my warm water and headed back upstairs. I said hi to my kitty cat. This is Nyla. Yeah, Nyla's really sweet, I love her. So then I went ahead and got a shower because, let's be honest, I was stinky. Then I watched more Friends because, let's be honest, Friends is the best. And then I did like my skincare, so I cleaned my face and then I put toner on it. And then I used like prescription stuff and then like spot treatment. And then I put moisturizer on top of that because, yeah, my face likes to break out. And then I brushed my teeth again. I brushed my teeth again. And then I finally decided to go to bed after watching more Friends. But I finally decided to go to bed. I put in my rubber bands for like orthodontic stuff, and then I finally decided to go to bed. So yes, that brings us to the conclusion of a very hectic day of an equestrian on summer break. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!